All right, now a massive show of strength by the Indian Air Force on the occasion of Republic Day over Kartavya Path. 50 aircraft showcased aerobatics that we saw right up in the skies. Over 8 types of formations that was fully visible on full display, bringing us such pride. The Indian Air Force certainly shined in the skies. As we see the flypast, that was really the most awaited stunt that took over the skies. Let me take you through those visuals that came in a little earlier from the day, showing huge strength of the Indian Air Force.
Celebration and this is the Trishul formation. Pulling has been presented. C-17 aircraft with 2 Sukhoi 30.
In fact, we saw some deadly fighter jets as well parading on the skies. This year, Republic Day Parade really displayed quite a unique mix, as we see, of military prowess and cultural diversity. And as part of this military prowess, we saw the Air Force itself flexing, as we saw aerobatics of at least 50 aircraft that was in full display, over 8 types of formations that was visible in the skies. The Indian Air Force flypast that included close to 50 aircraft. This was the grand finale and really a much awaited show. The Indian Air Force and their might right up in the skies. Let me cut across to Shiv Arur joining us live from the newsroom. Shiv, the Indian Air Force's might was on full display. Their formations, the aerobatics, certainly quite a sight to behold indeed.
The only problem, Nabila, is that nobody could really behold it because the weather was actually that bad. This was record low visibility for a Republic Day. The fact is, every Republic Day there's always a little bit of fog and some rain, a little bit of drizzle. There was every hope that this year the sun would come out and, hopefully provide some visibility. Unfortunately, that was not the case. So if people were on the ground at Kartavya Path looking up at the skies, they would have seen bare little. They would have, of course, heard the roar of all those aircraft, and it was a fabulous show, technically speaking, because this was the largest ever, flypast contingent by the Indian Air Force. Like you said, 50 aircraft of all kinds. From the Sukhoi 30s to the Rafales to the Apache helicopters to the new Prachand light combat helicopter, C-17, Globemaster 3 heavy transport aircraft. I in fact spoke to a pilot of one of these formations just a short while ago after they landed, Nabila, and he says he's never seen such poor visibility for a Republic Day celebrations. They could scarcely see the ground. People on the ground couldn't see the air. So it was really bad all the way around. Thankfully, the Indian Air Force has had the presence of mind since last year to conduct a lot of aerial photography during these flypasts, and that's the reason why there's a lot of footage, a lot of still imagery of these aircraft. Aircraft to aircraft photography has taken place, which captures these beautiful warbirds in the air, because unfortunately on the ground they were practically invisible. So it was a very, very successful flypast, but sadly not very many people could enjoy it to the fullest thanks to the weather and visibility.
Right, Shiv, we believe that's precisely why the parade was slightly delayed as well. They were hoping for the skies to clear up a tad bit, and it did slightly. And yes, the flypast was quite successful. But give us a little on the kind of aircraft that was on display. What was the first for the 74th celebration this time?
Oh, this was, they pretty much put everything that they have into this flypast, Nabila. There was a fabulous mix of aircraft. From attack helicopters to utility helicopters to fighter aircraft to transport aircraft and even a vintage aircraft, the Dakota, was there as part of this entire flypast. You also saw an interesting addition to the mix this year, the IL-38, which was the only Indian naval aircraft to feature in this year's Air Force flypast. The IL-38 happens to be, a 44-year-old aircraft, which will soon be decommissioned and retired from service. So today happens to be the first and last time that people will see it in the Republic Day flypast. But apart from that, I think the real eye-catcher today, were the Rafale fighter jets. Most viewers will have missed the indigenous Tejas fighter aircraft, which featured a couple of Republic Day flypasts ago, but this year sadly did not make an appearance, probably because of, professional deployment commitments of the aircraft itself. But apart from that, the Jaguar fighter bombers, the Sukhoi 30 aircraft, the C-17s, the C-130J Super Hercules, which are the main transport aircraft now of the Indian Air Force, the AN-32s, and of course the Rafales were out in very, very big display. 9 Rafales participating. That's the largest they've ever had in terms of numbers in a Republic Day parade flypast, Nabila. So really, really big. And just so our viewers understand, these fighters arrive with clockwork precision from different air bases, around the northern area, from Ambala, from Jodhpur, etc. And then they land in Hindon, and some of them then take off and go back to their bases. So none of this is happening from very near Delhi, but air bases around Delhi, Nabila.